Hey guys, I'm at Keith's Trailer Sales in Erin, Ontario, and Keith was kind enough to put this Rove Lite in a nice spot for me so that I could do a walkthrough of it. And the reason I chose this trailer to do a walkthrough is because it fits into the same kind of niche that my trailer fits into. So this thing weighs less than 2,000 pounds, so it's actually even lighter than our Safari Condo trailer. So this is a trailer that you can go ahead and pull with, a lot of cars, your Subaru Outbacks, cars within that sort of 2,500 plus pound towing capacity, and very lightweight trailer. So let's go through, we'll go through the exterior, we'll talk a little bit about the construction of the trailer, and then we'll show you the interior. And I'm really excited about this. This is, it's great to finally see one of these in person. This Rove Lite is a 14BH TLRV, and the BH stands for bunkhouse. So it's a very similar type of trailer to ours in terms of the way the beds are set up. We'll show you that when we get inside. Right here beside the front door, you've got your 120 volt outlets, and obviously if you're plugged into shore power, you can use those. And you've got an awning, which is pretty much the full width of the trailer. The awning also covers the door, which is awesome because sometimes, for whatever reason, they put the door outside of the awning. So I like the fact that this one is under it. And we have some images of it open that we'll show you. And, it actually goes out quite a ways. So you could definitely have like 4 people sitting here, have a barbecue set up, and it would all fit under the awning. Something I wish our trailer had. So lots of windows, 3 windows on this side, which is great. So we have a storage compartment right here, and the storage compartment, you can see, Lily, you can go right in there. So it's a really good size. You have access to this from this little outside door and also from inside as well. The inside access is a much bigger space, so you could, for example, put my barbecue. I don't know if the barbecue would fit here, but it would be easy enough to put it in through the inside, which we'll show you when we get in there. Now, Keith was kind enough to give me these 2 samples. So this honeycomb, this is what the floor of this trailer is made of. So for those of you that have ever had traditional RVs and you've had to replace wood after it got wet and soft, that will never happen with this trailer. So this is a great feature, something that our trailer has as well. And, it's just means that, leaks can happen in RVs because, there's caulking and there's things can fail and so on. But you don't have to worry about it damaging the structure of your trailer with this trailer and with our Safari Condo as well. This is something too, so it's got Adzel for the walls, and that provides some, basically a water barrier, and it's also got this core insulation. So I would imagine our trailer really doesn't have a lot of insulation to it. This one probably would be a little bit warmer. You're still looking though at single pane glass, so I don't know that this is a 4-season trailer. But, the bottom line is though, with this type of construction, you don't have to worry about water damaging your trailer. And, that is, to me, definitely worth a lot of extra money on the price. You're more likely to get longevity out of this. All right, so I'm going to put those back, coming around the front. Okay, so we've got a single 20-pound propane tank under the cover here. They've also got an electric tongue jack, which is something maybe I should install on ours. And then a little battery box here as well. All right, so we're on the non-camp side of the trailer now. And so we've got all our hookups, starting with pre-wired for solar. So I have a solar panel on ours, but I kind of wired it directly to the battery myself. Ours does not have this. It would be great if it did. Another nice sized window, which is great. This is where the AC comes out. It's kind of like a window style unit, which, you might think, well, that's not so slick, but the reality is that probably replacing this would be very inexpensive compared to, say, the one in my unit, which is a heat pump and sits under a seat and so on. Now, here you have the hot water heater, and I believe that it's a tankless on-demand hot water heater. And then we've got our city and freshwater fills, and you've got the outlet for your furnace as well. And, oh, you've actually got a black water flush, which is awesome. Our trailer does not have that. There's your 30 amp input for when you're plugged into shore power, and it's also pre-wired for cable. And we've got another storage compartment, And this is something ours is missing. So for example, this is big enough that the screen tent that we carry to put over a picnic table would fit in here just perfectly. Now, if you look down at the bottom, so I believe this is the gray outlet here because it's a really big tank. And you're looking at a 30-gallon gray tank, which is awesome. You know, ours is 16, so it's just about double the size. And then over here on the other side of the wheel, you've got I believe this is the black. The black tank is only 5 gallons, so that's a bit of a miss, I think, for Rove Lite. It would be better if it was a little bit bigger. But having said that, you know, ours is 12, and we're rarely, if ever, filling it. So 5 should still get you through a weekend, especially if, you know, during the day you're using maybe the campground toilets instead of the trailer toilet. So also, you know, nice graphics on this thing. I think it's a good looking trailer. And, you know, you've got this fiberglass finish, which again is, you know, part of that whole structural package. The frame on this trailer is aluminum as well, so which helps it to be extremely light. So we're looking at a 2,500 pound GVWR. The trailer with no options weighs 1,748 pounds. And the cargo capacity for this particular unit, as it's optioned, is 512 pounds. At the back of the trailer, we've got a nice small window. This is where the bunk beds are, so I think that's probably why it's not any bigger. Just, it's a sleeping area kind of thing. And you've also got this great 4-inch bumper, which will give you a perfect place to store your sewer hose. And something I didn't show in our trailer has something similar, but it's on the side underneath the trailer, where you can put the hose. So, but it's great that you can put it where it's not going to be mixed with any of your clothing or, you know, any of the other stuff that you use. You want that thing to be by itself. So I know you're probably dying to see the inside, just a couple more things on the outside. First, there is a fold-out step, which I'll show you. And you just pull this lever across and out it comes. It actually works pretty good once you figure it out. Now, opening the door. So you do have a screen door, which Delilah continually reminds me ours doesn't have. So, you know, you've got that little slider just like all your typical RV doors to keep the bugs out. So that's a nice feature to have for sure. Heading inside. So right off the bat, one thing that I like is just the colors are more in the whites and just with a little bit of sort of golden brown baked in, but it's very bright inside of here. So I've never been a big fan of this more traditional darker RV interiors. So right now we're configured for sleeping. So we've got the main bed, which is also a dinette, but right now it's set up as a bed. And just spin past the refrigerator here and the bathroom. And we've got the bunks set up here. And they are good size. They're, you know, very, very similar to what we have in our trailer. I think they're maybe just like an inch or two shorter, but I can actually lie down in both of these beds. And actually, I'll show you that right now. So in terms of height inside, we're looking at, it's just a hair over 6 feet. So when I have my shoes off, you can see I haven't got my ball cap on. I'm not touching, but if I really stand up straight, my head actually just touches. Having said that, I'm okay in here. Like, this wouldn't bother me at all. If I was 2 or 3 inches taller though, 6'3" maybe, you know, it might be a little bit uncomfortable. But having said that, you know, even somebody 6'4", 6'5", you're not going to have an issue getting dressed or anything. Hopefully when you're camping, you're not standing around in the trailer too much. And I think the point is that the ceiling is high enough that you know, it wouldn't bother me. I don't think it would bother my son. If you're sitting in a dinette, it doesn't matter. And you know, when you're outside, it doesn't matter. And as we saw, the beds are actually a really good length. So, you know, the important thing for me is that you can sleep comfortably. All right, heading over to the kitchen. So we've got a stereo here, and then we've got a couple of cabinets with these. So they've saved some of the weight by just using these nets, which I actually think is great. Don't have a problem with that at all. You know, nice looking cabinets too. Feel pretty solid. You've got a 2-burner stove, a Suburban, and you've got a single bowl sink. It's a good size though. It's probably a little bit bigger than ours, I think. Just having a look underneath. So we've got some stuff that they had from their RV show here, but lots of storage there, like tons of space, and tons of space here. So between you know, this netted area at the bottom and this cabinet here, the huge cabinet under the sink, you're not going to have any problem with storage here whatsoever. I think you know, you might even be able to use this for clothes instead of for dishes and so on. Turning around, we've got our fridge on the other side beside the bathroom. And so I believe this is a 12-volt fridge. It's not a gas fridge. And so, you know, you're going to have to be plugged into shore power or have some pretty good battery power to be able to run this guy. But a great size. It's quite a bit larger than ours. And it does have, oops, a small freezer as well, which is always nice to have. Definitely beats the coolers that we use when we were tent camping. There's your air conditioning unit, and I'm sure for this small trailer, this is going to be more than powerful enough to cool things off. And of course, we have our fantastic fan, very similar to the one in our trailer. Looks like it doesn't have the forward and backward switch though, so this one is just exhausting. And you'll notice that the stove doesn't have a vent. So basically, when you're using the stove, you have to be using the fan. Okay, let's check out this bathroom. There is a bit of a step to get in it, which means height may become a little bit of an issue. So in I go. And I'm going to sit on the toilet. So it's tight. But I'll tell you what, when it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you need to go to the bathroom, not having to go to that pit toilet is going to be a huge win. And this being such a lightweight trailer, to have, you know, this here, I think is awesome. So, you know, no, if you're used to 30-foot trailers, this bathroom is going to feel not great. It's a wet bath, but it's still awesome that such a lightweight trailer can have it. And now height is going to be a little bit of a problem. I probably wouldn't enjoy showering in here, but you know what? If you're in a park without showers, I mean, it's still great to have it. I would probably sit on the toilet. The girls would be fine to just take the shower normally. There's actually a reasonable amount of space to stand there though. It would be tight though. Ours is probably about double the size. Excellent though that they do have a fan to exhaust when you're taking a shower, and they also have a light in here. Just going to show you the storage. So this is the first small little door on the outside. This is how you could access it from the inside. So this is how I would put my barbecue in here, is just right here. And you know, good size. It's bigger than the one in our trailer for sure. So quite pleased with the size of that. You'll notice that we do have wood construction. So although the core structure of the trailer is all composite, some of the furniture in the trailer does have wood. Now, having said that, though, the core structure is what you're worried about in terms of water intrusion, and it's great that, you know, they're using composites for that in this trailer. So there is that nice long storage area underneath this bench, but you can't access this one from the inside. So you are using the small door on the outside for that. All right, so as I said, when we first came in, we've got the trailer set up in sleeping configuration, which is how we would probably have it set up most of the time, because we would be eating outside unless it was really miserable out there. But you do have the ability to completely transform this, and it's actually got some neat features that even ours doesn't have. So first thing, if I want to get this guy out of the way, so I just lift it up like this, and then you've got that thing to hold it in place, and another one on the other side. Very easy to use. Very, you know, it's actually a really neat setup. And what is even cooler is this just slides, and you've actually got a couch. So, you know, and actually, it's not bad. I mean, it's not my living room couch at home, but I'll tell you what, for a trailer that's 1,800 pounds, to actually have a couch is pretty awesome. All right, so I'm going to convert the main bed into a dinette. And, you know, our first RVing experience was an RV in New Zealand, and we had to do this every single night, and it was incredibly complicated. And I believe this one looks really simple, so let's give it a try. So I'm just going to pull these cushions out of the way. And here's my table. And they've got the legs stowed underneath here. So that guy's just going to go there. Okay. All right, take two. That was literally the first time I tried those, so I think we figured it out. So what you want to probably do is set up this guy first. It's a little tricky with a one person, but I think I can do it. So I just need to get those spread out, get that underneath, and now I can pull the table out and just put it on there. And there you go. And you know, you can turn it, it slides around a little bit in here. Okay, and these have Velcro to actually hold them in place. And here you can see the Velcro on this side as well. So that's going to stay in there. And you know, quite spacious. I think, Lila, why don't you just slide into the corner here? Here, I'll take the camera. And so there you go, you can get in there. So I think 4 people could eat here. I think it would actually be reasonably comfortable. So it's very similar to our table when we set it up in the back of our trailer. To turn on and off the lights, you just push, there's a little button right in the middle of them. And here we have our controls. So you've got your furnace control, your hot water heater control, your water pump, basically your monitors for your tanks and for your battery. A couple of USB ports here, and coming around the bathroom again. And I believe I saw, yes. So we've got our hookup for the TV right here on the side of the air conditioner. Another 120-volt outlets, and 2 more USBs. So you've got, you know, 4 USBs to charge your devices, which is great. Okay, folks, it's time for a wrap up on this 14BH TLRV trailer by Rove Lite. I'm going to start with 3 things that I really love about this trailer, and then maybe we'll do 3 that, you know, could be a little bit better. So first thing is the beds are a great size. Okay, so I know from having looked for trailers and even considering buying bigger trailers that it's really hard to find bunks that are wide and that are long. So these ones are a good probably 6'2", 6'3" long, and they're more than wide enough for an adult to sleep in. And that's not an easy thing to find, and especially in a little tiny trailer like this. So big thumbs up for that. Now, second awesome thing is these beds convert into great living space. So if you have a miserable day at a campsite and you know you just decide, hey, we're going to stay in the trailer and play cards, you've got a nice big dinette at the front. That bed converts very easily, and you can convert the bunks into a couch very easily as well without spending a lot of time. So I think that's a really awesome feature as well. The next thing is, and I'm going to lump 2 things together, but you've got the construction being monocoque and, you know, no wood in the actual structure of the trailer. You've got an aluminum chassis, and you know, that gives you 2 great things. It's super lightweight, well under 2,000 pounds dry, and water is not going to hurt the structure of this trailer. So probably you're looking in terms of maintenance, just taking care of the caulking, just like on our trailer, and that's about it. As long as you keep all of the seams sealed, everything's going to be great. But even if the water gets in, it might damage a little bit of the furniture, but it's not going to damage the trailer. So big thumbs up for that. Now I gotta say, I'm gonna give you 3 things that I would like to see changed, but you know, in terms of, this is a realistic option for somebody who has a car with 2,000 plus, maybe 2,500 pounds plus towing capacity, your Subaru Outbacks, your Jeep Wranglers, and you know, that type of vehicle, or even a Toyota Venza like we have. This is a realistic option. I would like to see a few things though. Number 1 would be, I'd love to see the black tank being a little bit bigger. So you got a 30-gallon gray tank, a 5-gallon black tank. Be nice if they could redistribute that so there's a little bit less gray and a little bit more black. The fresh water tank is only 10 liters. I'd like to see that a little bit bigger, but that's not a big deal because you can carry the water jerry cans and just continue to fill it up. You know, so that's not as big of a problem. I gotta say though, 30 gallons of gray water on a little trailer like this is phenomenal. And I would love it if it had independent suspension. That'll just make it a little bit smoother going down the road. And they say that, you know, it's basically like an earthquake inside of the trailer while you're towing it. And so anything they can do on the suspension to smooth that out is going to help the longevity of the trailer a little bit. That's not a deal breaker though by any stretch of the imagination. All in all though, we're going to talk to Keith about price in a minute, but this trailer is significantly less expensive than our trailer. And so that's, you know, for those of you that were objecting strenuously to the price of our trailer, this trailer represents a great option. You're getting the main benefits of ours, which are lightweight and a structure that's not going to be hurt by water. And, you know, at the same time, you're getting that at a lower price. I can't tell you what it's been like to own one of these because I've never owned one. But what I can tell you is from what I've seen about the construction, the weight, and the way they've designed the interior of this thing, that I'm giving it 2 thumbs up. And I think this is a realistic option. And if you're in the market for something that you want to tow with a car, you should definitely take a look at the Rove Lite products. Hey folks, just want to say a big thank you to Keith and team at Keith's Trailer Sales in Erin, Ontario for allowing us to do this walkthrough. If you're in the market for an RV, you should check out Keith's. They're great people to do business with. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and check out the walkthrough of our Safari Condo trailer if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Hey folks, I thought I'd take you through the available floor plans of these Rove Lite trailers. So the first one is the 14BH, which is the one that we toured in the video. Your bunks at the back, the big dinette and bed at the front, and then your bathroom, fridge on one side, and a very small kitchenette on the other side. There are a few other options in the 14s, which will trade the 4 beds for extra space and extra other things. So the first one is the 14FD, or front dinette, and that one is going to give you that same dinette at the front of the trailer, which converts into a big bed. You're getting a kitchen on the other side now with a lot more counter space and a small sofa, which, you know, can remain set up without messing with the beds. No bunk beds though, so this one really looks like a 2-person, 3 if it's a very small person on the sofa. And you're getting extra cabinetry and the bathroom in the back corner. So really you're trading for the counter space and the storage, the ability to sleep 4 people. But if you don't need to sleep 4 people, you'd probably enjoy having these other amenities. They've also got the 14FL, which is putting the bathroom in the back corner, giving you a small 2-person dinette, a bit of a tight squeeze maybe to get into this back corner. You're getting, again, a more kitchen space, so all of the storage overhead, plus the extra counter space and a pantry, and you're getting a sofa bed that folds out at the front of the trailer. So this one would realistically sleep 3 people, you know, probably looking at a child in the dinette, and then 2 adults in the main bed. So, you know, if you don't need the bunks, having all this extra counter space and floor space is definitely not a bad thing. Now I should point out that these 14 trailers are actually 16 foot 6 long, so I think it's the living space part of the trailer that's 14, and then you've got a couple of feet on the front for the A-frame and the coupler. Now, if you want something a little bit bigger, but still extremely lightweight, and with all the structural advantages of these units, they do offer a 16RB, which gives you a 1-inch longer bed at the front. You're getting that big kitchen area, a dinette that's kind of out in the open, lots of storage, lots of cupboards and so on. You're getting a closet, and then you're actually getting a dry bath in the back, which is awesome. So you're getting a small shower, 24 by 25, so it would be a little tight, but still, you're not wetting your toilet when you're using it, which would be awesome. So that is an option as well. The 16 is 18 foot 9 inches, and all of the trailers are 7 foot 11 inches wide.